Okay, in my last video about the Dvergr, doing a lot of speculation about lore and things, very good community member Scales left a comment that involved a speculation about Fuling ships. And I think that's extremely interesting and got me thinking about a variety of things, including a little bit about the Ashlands, so minor Ashlands spoilers, but considering how spread out the Fulings are, I think it's safe to say that from their peak, when they were once a, well, large empire according to the runestone, that there is been a lot changed and a lot lost. And of course, now they're very relatively primitive. You know, Yag is very broken up, let's say. And I think that the interconnectivity of the Fullings around the plains wasn't just something that was broken up by like plate tectonics over a huge amount of time. I don't think that time scale is represented well in, let's say, Valheim. We know that there are some sort of geological activities like that because there are lava rivers in the Ashlands as part of the Ashlands teasers. There's your minor Ashlands spoiler. But I'm almost certain that Scales is right, that there used to be some sort of Fuling ships. And I think that was most of the architecture that remains today is actually from the ships. You know, you remember how, like, a great deal of initial Viking huts and settlements that they made were like giant ship longhouses where they just flip the ship over, and it's like similar architecture to that. I think this is the same thing with the Fullings. Once their empire was destroyed, that they basically just had their vessels, and then they spread out all across the land, resettled in the plains, and then they used their ships to make their first settlements. Oh, what is this? What weather? Rain? Okay, fine. They used their first initial vessels to make their initial villages, and then over time, that technology has become these huts and these build pieces that we see today. You know, I'm looking at this sort of banner structure here, and it really reminds me of something that could have been adapted over many generations from sails. Same thing with all of this deer hide roofing. Reminds me of sails, and these large wooden poles here, although very crude now, could have been inspired from the masts of past falling ships in the, well, post-Empire era. And I think that there's a lot of inspiration taken from the past ships. Now, what does that mean for us? Is this just going to be cool lore? Is there something going to happen in the future with an update? Personally, I would really love it if there was some sort of very ancient Fuling ship of the past empire that was a mostly intact but still wrecked shipwreck out in the ocean somewhere. Maybe this is part of the Oceans update or it's its own mini update. And going out there, you have to traverse. It's basically like a giant poi or a dungeon or what have you. And you check it out, fight through a bunch of unique Fullings, just absolutely go to town, mess around, gathering up unique mats, and boom! You gather up some of the unique mats, and all of the knowledge comes through. Being, well, once you have the unique mats, you get all the recipes, and I think that would be the perfect opportunity for us to actually get Fuling build pieces, as well as just have a unique time, maybe get some unique mats that could be made into certain weapons. That would be cool. And the period, the era, the age that you can go and do this, I don't think it should be locked to something later in the game. I think that it would be really cool to do this even at like mountains, plains type of deal. Like Black Metal Age maybe requires something with the whole artisan table and Dragon Tears progression block. Maybe it doesn't. I would prefer if it was less linear and more open, as it is. This is a relatively open world game, so that would be super cool. But I understand if they wanted to make it very specifically for the Plains Age with black metal and linen and all of that. So let me know what you guys think. We do know that it's possible for us in the future to be getting Plains build pieces. Somebody on Twitter tagged Jay Samars and said, "Quick question, do you guys have any plans to make Fuling build pieces be available to players at any point?" And he responded, "No plans, but let's call it a maybe." So, it's a possibility. Let me know what you guys think about this lore speculation. Let me know what you guys think about my idea of that giant shipwreck poi. I really like the idea of that shipwreck maybe being, even though it's so old, it still has like a more enhanced, more mechanically adept look and mechanical structure, a higher quality, even in its ruined state, than any of these Fuling structures now. I think that would be a really cool way to see how far the Fulings have fallen. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys some other time. Bye!